Continuing with the Israel-Hamas war, as the global pressure grows on Israel over the rising death toll in Gaza, its allies, including the United Kingdom, find themselves in the same boat. But defying backlash, the UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron has said that the UK would continue to send arms to Israel. London has been under pressure to suspend weapons exports to Israel, but David Cameron has asserted that UK has assessed Israel's military campaign in Gaza and will continue its policy of sending weapons to Tel Aviv. Listen in.
The latest assessment leaves our position on export licenses unchanged. This is consistent with the advice that I and other ministers have received, and as ever we will keep the position under review. Let me be clear though, we continue to have grave concerns around the humanitarian access issue in Gaza, both for the period that was assessed and subsequently.
However, he further said his country is concerned about limited access to humanitarian aid in the Strip. This comes after over 600 lawmakers, including former Supreme Court judges, wrote against UK sending arms to Israel. The letter said UK risked breaching international law by exporting weapons to Israel. UK's strategic licensing criteria states that weapons should not be exported when there is a clear risk of violating international humanitarian law. London has so far approved over $614 million of sales to Israel since 2015 in single-use licenses, while companies export more under open licenses. Concerns increased over UK's weapon exports to Israel after the World Central Kitchen incident in which Israeli army killed 7 foreign aid workers. This included 3 Britishers helping in the aid work as well. Now, Israel's another exporter, Germany, is also under the scanner. It is facing a case filed by Nicaragua in the International Court of Justice, where it claims that Berlin is in breach of the 1948 United Nations Genocide Convention set after the Holocaust. And for more on this, our correspondent Julia Chapman is joining us live now from London for the very latest on this. And Julia, throw some more light on what is the rationale within the government for still sending aid. Clearly, global pressure is rising with the number of deaths among women and children, especially in the cases of starvation that are only growing in Gaza.
Absolutely, and the UK government has expressed concern about the humanitarian situation in Gaza. It has been urging Israel to do more to get aid into the enclave and has been pushing for a ceasefire to be agreed as well. But according to UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron, the legal advice has not changed the UK's position when it comes to exporting weapons to Israel. But he says that position is constantly under review, and if that advice changes in a way that makes it untenable for those weapons to be continued to be sent, then that will change the position when it comes to those export licenses. Now, the UK government has been getting legal advice consistently since the war in Gaza began. It says the most recent advice has come since the attack on the World Central Kitchen convoy that killed 7 people, including 3 British citizens, and we've seen the pressure really ramping up on Israel to do more after those aid workers were killed. We have seen more aid going into Gaza, although groups say that it's nowhere near enough given the scale of need when it comes to the people living in the Gaza Strip. But there has been pressure as well on the UK government to publish its legal advice. It has refused to do so consistently. It has previously published some legal advice on military action, including that in Libya and the Red Sea. But it says the situation in this case is different and it won't be doing so. That has led to the opposition Labour Party to accuse Foreign Secretary David Cameron of hiding from scrutiny, and that has put a lot of pressure on the government, but so far it is holding firm, insisting that it won't publish that legal advice. It says that it is still consistent with the actions that the UK government is taking.
Right, Julia, thanks very much indeed for joining us for the very latest there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.